Hello everyone and welcome back to my Borderlands 2 Legendary run. We have reached level 5 last time and kind of done some questing. And we have gotten the fuse we need.
Got the elevator working, have you? Great. Now simply ascend to the safe house and buy a shield. This used to be a sizable hub for the Resistance until everyone heard the Hyperion army approaching and fled to Sanctuary.
Yeah, I already have a shield, but I have to buy one anyway to complete the quest. It's a little silly, but it's actually exactly the same way that quest worked in the first game. Even if you were in New Game Plus and already had a shield, you still had to buy one.
Buy from me.
So let's just go for a fairly cheap one. I don't know, 167.
Well done. Now, if you could return to Liarsburg, we could see about getting you off this frigid glacier.
I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
We will be getting a legendary shield, not too far in the future anyway. So yeah, there is a fairly difficult to get to secret place here. There we go. Mostly it's a vault symbol. And a chest. Not a very good chest, but hey, it's a chest. Considering how actually quite difficult this jump is, I would have preferred a better chest. But yeah. That's really all there is to this place. We can now jump down, and as opposed to the first game, there is no fall damage at all in this game. In the first game you had very small amounts of fall damage, so mostly you could ignore it. But if you timed it poorly, you could still die from fall damage. Not so in this game, there's just no fall damage at all. You can jump from any height whatsoever, and you will not take a single point of damage from the fall. I mean, if you jump into a lava pool, of course, that'll hurt you, but the fall itself won't be doing damage. Unless you jump off the edge of a map, which, well, that's meant to kill you. But aside from that, it's really quite fun standing on really high places and just jumping down. Now, I will give the hair to Claptrap, because he gives me a shotgun and I don't have any use for the sniper rifle from Hammerlock.
Fur Mohawk, baby! Woohoo! You made the right decision, minion!
You gave the fur to Claptrap? Suppose I can't blame you. The lure of a shotgun is not easily resisted. No hard feelings, chum.
Okay. And we can hand in the quest here as well.
Protection from bullets, ho! Would you like to do battle with a midget riding piggyback on a bullymong? If the answer is yes, please proceed to the southern shelf and defeat Midgemong for me. If the answer is no, you are sad and I have no desire to speak with you further.
Okay.
Flint and I had a gentleman's agreement in the past. I give him the loot from the bodies Jack ditches in the glacier. He promises not to torture me for hours at a time. Then he does it anyway. But that ends today. We're gonna take him out, steal my ship back, and sail to Sanctuary.
I actually just want my reward for the Bullymong fur quest.
Vault Hunter. My first mate Boom Boom is gonna kill ya. Jack's gonna pay us. And I'm gonna play hopscotch in your chest cavity.
Okay, but I don't actually care about that at the moment. I just want to equip the new shotgun I've gotten.
A fantastic day for capitalism.
And I've already unlocked the skin, so I'm just going to sell it.
Is like, yeah!
Farewell, friend.
Okay. If I talk over NPCs,
They
just
rip people's flesh off.
I'm sorry, and you're just gonna have to deal with the subtitles.
How's your day been, buddy? We haven't really talked much since I left you for dead. Hey, you think you'll freeze to death out there? No, probably not. Bandits will get you first. My day? Been pretty good. Just bought a pony made of diamonds. Yeah, because I'm rich. So, you know, that's cool. Goodbye.
Okay, we're going to do the symbiosis side quest before continuing along the main quest, and that's because that'll actually take us to the next boss that I'll be farming. The boss that we have to fight for this quest has a chance to drop the Care Blaster, which is a fairly cool assault rifle, I believe. But it's really more of a grenade launcher, really. But pretty sure it uses assault rifle ammo. It's a little more annoying to farm. The Hornet really is... I guess it's among the easiest legendaries to get. Firstly, the enemy that drops it is quite easy. But more importantly, it is very, very close to a respawn location. So, you know, in order to get the boss to respawn, you have to quit and reload the game. And that's just really easy for Knuckle Dragger. As you've seen in the runs I've shown on camera, it's just a matter of quitting, reloading, and then you're basically already in the boss fight. If you wait in the area where you spawn, you will very quickly get the boss music. Okay, this shotgun is fun. The first time I did this, I actually got quite lucky, getting the legendary weapon from that guy to drop fairly swiftly, I think below 10 runs. The guy I've watched who started this run and who gave me the idea for this being a possibility, he took ages. As in, he really did take... I think he may have taken over 100 runs to get that item, or maybe just over 50. Definitely a lot of runs. Hey, adult Bullymong. Okay, this shotgun is cool. It's fairly low on the reload, but the damage is nice. And I am really looking forward to my next level up when I'll be able to spec Anarchy. It is a huge boost to my my damage. Just stop running away. What? Just die. You. Die as well.
Fun!
Okay, now the racks. They behave slightly differently than the first game, but the general idea is the same, really. They sort of fly about and do these kind of swooping attacks.
Dominating.
Okay, and I have to get out of the habit of reloading, because the way Anarchy works is you kind of stack up, and if you reload your magazine when it's empty, or if you kill an enemy, you get an additional stack. The downside is that if you if you reload without your magazine being empty, you actually lose all your stacks. There's a skill that you can equip that kind of changes that, so you don't lose all of the stacks immediately. But I don't generally use that skill, so... Oh, I love the stopping power on this. I mean, my damage isn't high enough just yet to really one-shot these guys, but it'll actually be eventually. Standard trash mobs are not an issue for the Necromancer. The thing is, the way I usually play her, she's fairly squishy. But trust me when I say it's going to be worth it in the end. I will be wrecking face quite a lot. Okay, there's you can shoot the Bullymong projectiles out of the air, and there's actually a badass rank, which I might refer to these as achievements throughout the course of the playthrough. When I say achievements, I usually, if I actually do mean an achievement, I will usually make very clear that I'm talking about the Steam achievements, because if you have this game on Steam, it has achievements. You know, the standard kind of stuff you know from Steam achievements, but it also has those badass ranks, which I may sometimes call achievements, even though that's not their technical name. It's just They kind of work the same way as achievements do, so I may very well use the wrong word for them. And do not expect me to be a sort of critical mastermind. In the first game as Mordecai, I kind of went for headshots all the way. It's not going to be that way with this playthrough. It's going to be very different, in fact. Okay, I have a skill point, which I will instantly put into the Anarchy skill. Currently, my maximum amount of Anarchy stacks is 150. I will be increasing that eventually up to, I believe it goes up to 400. So, pretty high. I'm just exploring the outskirts of this place to see if there's anything worth having back here. I think there might be a vault symbol. No, doesn't look like it. And we already know these towers from the first game. These things. If you go out of bounds, they basically shoot you. Not everywhere. Some places you go out of bounds and you just fall to your death, basically. But, yeah, I just found that was a fun way to, at least in some areas, to solve the out of bounds thing. Because that's always a problem with open worlds. Either you procedurally generate more open world, which sometimes works. Oh hey, are you guys aggressive already? As in Minecraft, for example, there's no reason you have to keep people within certain boundaries within Minecraft, of course, but in other games where you explore a world, you have to make sure that the player doesn't stray too far, I guess. Okay, one more. The wrecks are a little more annoying in this game, or at least they are at the moment, because I don't really have a good weapon for killing them. And you see, I still have the old habits of playing my sniper, which I've been playing quite a bit recently, which is to reload when I'm out of combat to have a full clip for the next fight. I can't do that on this character. It doesn't. It's bad. It costs me a fair amount of damage. Because obviously, in the ordinary course of events, I want to stack up on my Anarchy and really not lose the stacks if at all possible. You also lose your stacks when you die, and when you go down, which is basically when you get reduced to 0 health, you enter a fight for your life mode, where you can crawl around a little bit and shoot enemies. It's again a really good change against the first game, where you couldn't move while in fight for your life mode. In this game you can, which is really handy. And here's the vault symbol I was thinking of. Ta-da! I don't know where all the vault symbols are, by the way. No, in some of the early areas I know a fair amount of them, but definitely not all. Let's let me out of here. Thank you. And again, I don't know why I'm stupid. It's probably because I'm recording, right? Do not reload. It's just an old habit. It'll die out. Don't worry about it. Do not reload. I almost reloaded again. The only way I really have of reloading is basically completely emptying my clip, because then you automatically reload. And that does not cost you your stacks. It only costs you your stacks if you reload while there's still bullets left, basically. Yeah, okay, I made it. Very nice. And here we go to the ebb and flow. Flow, something. Hello. Kill enemies with critical hits from shotguns. That's not a problem. Yeah, in the bottom left kind of corner of the screen, you can always see whenever I get progress in a badass achievement, rank, challenge thing. I think usually about every 20% or so it'll tell you that you've made progress. Okay, the slingers do they default to using ranged attacks.
Start the stick.
The adults can do ranged attacks or melee attacks, and the brats usually stick to melee. And this is Fight for Your Life mode. You do lose stacks of anarchy when you're in Fight for Your Life mode, but slowly. They don't all suddenly disappear. If I were to reload now, they would all be gone. If I'm just in Fight for Your Life mode, they just kind of start counting down instead of up, which isn't good. I will be the first to admit that, but... Whoa, 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 whoa. Glad to see we're not overdoing it. Come on, play with my robot. My robot will play with you, and we'll all be fine. Oh, look, a badass bully. I think we had those in the first game as well. Not bully monks necessarily, but badass enemies in general. Just stronger versions of the default ones which would spawn somewhat randomly, but they tend to be in fixed locations more often in this game. It's not... You know, there's certain places where there's always going to be a badass, basically. These existed in the first game as well, actually, I seem to recall. Okay, badasses obviously give more experience and have chances to drop better loot. Which, well, that's always good. How are we doing time-wise? Okay. Not too perfect, but it'll do. Yeah, we still haven't really gotten to the symbiosis part of the quest yet. And my inventory is already full, but what can you do? Okay, so I've explored this place pretty thoroughly. Time to get back. And if you land in the water, it'll... I don't know if it'll instantly kill you, but it'll definitely do damage to you. So try it to avoid it, basically. Moink. Moink. You're meant to take a sort of raft kind of thing across here, but just run across it and you get a badass rank. And there's basically no reason not to. And you can look through this binocular, you just kind of see a bit of landscape. But there are 4 of these hidden throughout the area, and if you use all 4, you get badass ranks again. Always good. You can also run across here without using this, but it'll do damage to you, so I always just activate the bridge. Yeah.
Why is everybody dying? Oh.
Ouch. Just... Wow, that was close. I lost almost... actually, I did lose all my stack. All my stacks. I did have more than one, I believe. Okay, but the ammo for my Hornet is full again, so I can use the Hornet. That's the problem if you're playing solo, of course. You have to get yourself up once you're in Fight for Your Life mode. And if you're unlucky and the enemies kind of just walked away from you, that doesn't help. But now I can actually show something. I'm going to empty my clip manually, like this. And then I automatically reload and I can pick up more ammo, and I'm now full again and my clip is full. So Just in case I might not be explaining this every single time, I will fairly often just kind of fire randomly into the air to empty my clip. And whenever I do, that's usually just so that I get a free reload.
The only one that knew, but I'll show you too.
Okay, more money. I don't really need money, but fine. I do need health, so that's good. Let's open the toilet. How's it looking damage-wise? That one's actually stronger, technically. Reload speed 3.1, that's kinda slow. But it's got good fire rate. You know what? I'm going to use it. I'm also going to be dropping some of the white items that I picked up. There's not much point. They're not very valuable and money isn't an issue later in the game. Okay, I know there's a bunch more enemies around here, so... yeah. Actually, what I'll do is I'll make a cut here, since we're at the end of an episode anyway. And next time I'll continue exploring this area and do the Symbiosis side quest. So again, no bosses this time, I'm sorry for that, but I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.